Just yesterday, I went to the bank and withdrew every penny of the retirement savings I had planned to leave to my son. I've made up my mind. Retirement savings I had planned to leave to my son. I've made up my mind. Not a single cent will be left for him. A lot of people call me selfish, but if they knew what my son did to me, they would understand exactly why I made this decision. I'm 79 years old. My name is Sybil. Before I retired, I taught at a public secondary school in Britain for more than 30 years. Now I live alone in an old red brick house in a quiet market town. Last month, my former colleague, Gwendolyn, passed away in a care home. She spent her entire life living frugally for the sake of her son. Yet the moment she was gone, her son rushed back from London. He didn't shed a single tear. Instead, he went straight to a solicitor to deal with the inheritance of her house and was eager to sell it for cash. Watching that scene sent a chill through my body. Gwendolyn's today was a glimpse of my tomorrow. My husband died young, and I raised my son, Alastair, all by myself. I still have a family ledger that I've kept for over 30 years. Every page is filled with records of sacrifices. In 1998, when Alastair wanted a computer, I canceled a private dental appointment I had been waiting months for. Instead, I bought cheap painkillers from the chemist and endured tooth pain for more than half a year. In 2005, to save money for his university tuition, I went several winters without buying a new coat. Even when the soles of my shoes wore through, I couldn't bring myself to replace them. In 2012, when he wanted to buy a flat in London and came up short on the deposit, I sold my wedding diamond ring and the gold watch my husband had left behind. Meanwhile, I survived on discounted bread and potatoes from the supermarket. Back then, I thought I was a wonderful mother. I told myself that every penny I saved would make my son's life a little easier. And when I grew old, surely he would remember everything I had done for him and take care of me in return. But what happened? He got married, moved into a respectable neighborhood in London, and his life kept getting better and better. and me. I stayed in this old house, surrounded by yellowing account books, like an unwanted old suitcase left in a corner. Last winter, I came down with a severe case of flu. In the middle of the night, I got up to make a cup of tea on the wet kitchen floor. I slipped and fell. The fall left me unable to get up for hours. I couldn't reach the telephone. After struggling for what felt like forever, I finally managed to grab my mobile phone and send my son a message. Alistair, I've fallen. I can't move. Do you know how long it took him to reply? 10 hours. 10 full hours. When he finally responded, his message was cold and brief. Mum, I have a very important meeting at work today. If you can't move, call 999 for an ambulance or ask Mrs. Sterling next door to check on you. I'll call you next week. I lay there on the cold floor, staring at that message. In that moment, I felt like a fool. I had spent my entire life saving money for him. I had spent my entire life sacrificing myself for him. Yet, when I was lying there, shaking with pain, he couldn't even miss one morning meeting. The next day, Mrs. Sterling helped me call a doctor. As soon as my foot recovered enough for me to walk, the very first thing I did was go to the bank and withdraw all my retirement savings. I'm done being frugal. I hired a housekeeper to come 3 times a week to help with cooking and garden work. I went to a private dental clinic and finally fixed the teeth that had been tormenting me for years. It cost a small fortune, but being able to eat comfortably again felt wonderful. I bought myself the warmest barber coat I could find. Then I booked a holiday to Tenerife, Spain, to enjoy sunshine I hadn't felt in over 20 years. Sitting on the beach with a gin and tonic in my hand, watching the waves roll in, I finally understood something. Living doesn't have to be so complicated. Why had I spent so many years making myself miserable? Today, I want to share a few honest truths with everyone who is growing older. First, never give away your house or your savings to your children ahead of time. In Britain, the way your children treat you often depends less on what you've given them in the past and more on what you still have today. If the house is still in your name, you're the owner. If the money is still in your account, you maintain your dignity and independence. Keep your assets under your control. Second, stop buying only the cheapest food. Many people spend their entire lives pinching pennies and buying the cheapest supermarket brands so they can leave a larger inheritance to their children. The money you save may eventually be spent by them on a new car or a luxury holiday, while you spend your final years denying yourself simple pleasures. As long as your appetite is still good, buy better ingredients. Visit your local pub. Treat yourself once in a while. Third, keep your own home. Don't rush to move in with your children, and don't feel pressured to relocate near them. Maintain your own community and stay close to your neighbors. In your own home, you can drink tea whenever you like. Live by your own schedule and never worry about being a burden. Independence is one of the most valuable forms of dignity an older person can have. Fourth, stop making sacrifice for your children the entire purpose of your life. They have their own families, responsibilities, and problems. They don't need you to revolve around them every day. You are not their unpaid caretaker. Go for walks. Enjoy afternoon tea. Spend time with people your own age. Live your own life. I'm 79 years old. I know I don't have endless time left. I no longer want to be the resentful, good mother who spent her whole life saving money and putting herself last. I want to be a slightly selfish, much happier British old woman. My pension belongs to me, and I'm going to spend it on myself. My later years belong to me, and I'm going to enjoy them while I still can. Stop being foolish for the sake of your children. Share these words with your old friends. As long as we're still able to walk, let's be a little kinder to ourselves.